Understudy, at last. Your exploits in Mirage, while impressive, have resulted in a situation we at the Arcanum find concerning. In an unprecedented occurrence, several scholars have paused their studies and convened to address Spider's increasing threat to the Spiral. We've learned that Grandfather Spider aims to recover his Chaos Heart, and that he plans to use Mallory in some way to do so. If the Chaos Heart is removed from its bonds in Empyrea, it will unravel the very fabric of existence. Needless to say, that would be bad. The Committee of Scholars has determined a mission to Empyrea is required, and that you should lead it. Do you accept this responsibility? Good. Head to the dry docks. Immediately. The Committee of Scholars will brief you on the mission. I will join you all momentarily.
As you enter the cavernous dry docks, your senses are assaulted by the smell of dust and the palpable anxiety of the busy scholars. But your eyes are quickly drawn to the extraordinary ship moored close by. You get the sense you've seen it before.
Impressive, is she not? It is hard not to admire Kabbalist aesthetics, even if their intergalactic navigational systems are less than stellar.
And you ain't gonna get those systems updated with weak puns. Get back to work, bub. Ignis and I will be there to help in a minute. As for you, understudy, now's not the best time to chat, unless you're here about the Empyrea mission. You're joining the mission? Great! Though I feel the need to warn you, Empyrea ain't exactly a toboggan ride down the hill. Raven created Empyrea specifically to keep Spider out. As such, travel and communications with Empyrea are exceedingly difficult.
Difficult, but not impossible. Raven shrouded Empyrea in a magical storm called the Aether, which shields the Chaos Heart from Spider. It even keeps Raven herself out. Unfortunately, the Aether doesn't seem to be a deterrent to the semi-divine, like Spider's children.
Recently, Ione received a jumbled message from the Empyrean city of Xanadu that leads us to suspect Spider's son, the Bat, is there. Then, one of our adjunct scholars decided he'd take it upon himself to go investigate, so he borrowed Spark's stream portal prototype.
Aye, and no one's heard from poor Medulla since. Oh, 'tis a right shame that. He seemed like a bright enough fellow, if not a wee bit impetuous.
Precisely why we are being extra meticulous now. There is no room for error with this mission.
Oh, hello there, Ione. We were just briefing the understudy on the particulars of the mission to Empyrea.
And you're just in time to tell them all about the ship. Come on, Ignis. Spark needs our help.
Very well. Come, understudy. Since the Arcanum's last voyage to Empyrea resulted in depressing failure, a more reliable mode of transportation has become priority 1. Thus, the great skyship you see before you. It's called the Spiral Ark. Does it look familiar to you? It should. Perhaps you recall seeing it referenced when you read The History of the Great Schism. Those who would become the Cabal built it as a lifeboat to usher them through the violent end of the spiral that they believed inevitable. After the schism, the spiral arc was forgotten, until a young man with an incorrigible interest in technology found it here collecting dust. As fate would have it, that young man, named Spark, hails from Empyrea and has dedicated his life to solving the enigma of Empyrean travel. And despite my many objections, he has volunteered to accompany you on this mission. He is also my brother, but that is inconsequential. You and Spark should become acquainted. Here, give him this ion dust he requested, and lend him any further aid he may require.
There we are. The homemade world door is secured and ready for transport. You sure we shouldn't test it first?
This world door will serve as the initial stream portal link in what I hope will eventually become an Empyrean-wide teleportation network.
Ah, kinda like how a lead climber does that first free climb to install the guide rope, so everyone else can use it to scale the mountain.
I suppose so, yes.
Just gotta get that first anchor point down, right? Oh, hey there, understudy. Excuse me, I need to check the...
Greetings, understudy. I am pleased that we may finally be formally introduced. I am called Spark. It is my honor to serve as your science officer for this mission. Do I detect the invigorating smell of ion dust? Excellent. Come, I will show you what the ion dust is for, and along the way, I can show you around the spiral arc. Please, follow me. This is the Ark's main machine room, which I have retrofitted.
Spark, me boy. Your engine sure is impressive, but I can't seem to get her to spool up to maximum.
Have you tried increasing the aperture of the fission intake?
I'm giving her all she's got. I just can't do it. I need more power.
Intriguing. It will take some time for me to properly diagnose the issue.
I trust you'll figure it out, Spark. Now, if that's all, I've another mission-related task I need to tend to.
Yes, of course. Thank you for your assistance, Ignis. Understudy, we should make haste with the tour. These stately doors lead to the surprisingly spacious living quarters. Say what you will about the Cabal, the ensuite lavatories are far more comfortable than those here in the Arcanum. Moving on. This is the emergency escape pod bay. The pods are superfluous to our mission, but removing them all would require too much effort. Here we find the heart of my intra-ethereal navigational guidance system, the Lux Capacitor. It uses quantum photon superpositioning to breach nanospace, allowing the Ark to travel through the stormy ether subatomically. Its design came to me after I slipped and hit my head in the aforementioned cramped Arcanum lavatory. Shall we continue to the bridge? Our tour comes to its conclusion here, on the bridge. There under the main viewer is the Cyclolab. It will help us plot courses through the ether, a storm, and we will end the tour with the one detail technology cannot update, the captain's chair, rather. The person, without a sky captain experienced in ethereal travel, the chair and this mission are utterly futile. Fortunately, the scholars have this issue mostly figured out. It would be prudent for you to check on that. I really should get back to work.
About time. We should have told Spark to skip the lavatory tour. Listen up. We need to discuss the recruitment of the Sky Captain. The mission requires a sky captain with experience in Empyrea. I'm sure we don't need to explain.
There is only one such person known to us scholars, a wharf rat of dubious reputation, by the name of Captain Taylor.
You remember him, right? As we understand it, you and old Coleridge met in Crystal.
And we're hoping that relationship will help recruit Coleridge to this mission. He's not my first choice, but he'll have to do. Our intelligence has tracked him to Polaris. I'll mark the location on your map.
Captain Cool Ranch is essential to the mission. Whatever it takes to convince him to help, you do it. Whatever it takes.
Chance! The hero of Walrusburg arrives in our time of need. The crooked inspectors are harassing my husband in the stockroom. Help him!
Silence! We've given you multiple warnings, Coleridge, yet we continue to receive reports of rats in this establishment. Clean up or pay.
Ye featherbane!
Was that a threat? According to Law 401's-861B, threatening a city official is a capital offense.
Wizard, how ya been? What brings you? Actually, what do you say ye help me swap this scum out of me stockroom? Then we catches up.
Coleridge.
Thank the 70 seas ye wandered in when ye did, old friend. Come, let me pour you a tasty tiki drink on the house.
Mon amour, what happened? The vile inspectors, they ran away so fast.
And all who heard should see them there, and all should cry beware. Beware! The crooked inspectors won't be bothering us anymore, me love.
C'est magnifique! The hero of Walrusburg strikes again. I will pour for you our most popular drink, a poisson colada.
Yeah, sounds as though we've both led exciting lives since we parted last. Come, let us swap stories over tropical-themed novelty beverages. What's that? You didn't come here for a tasty tiki drink? You want me to captain a skyship to Empyrea? Absolutely not. The fate of the spiral is at stake. Answer still no. Sorry, I'm done sailing. I am a small business owner now and a husband. Besides, even if I wanted to help, which I don't, I wouldn't be of much assistance to ye. Me exploits in Empyrea came purely by accident. We happened upon Empyrea because I got lost searching for the storm gate to El Dorado. We only made it out thanks to a child's lucky... At least that's what they told me happened. I was knocked unconscious in a shipwreck. Woke up days later, docked at some... The navigator from that fateful journey was really the one most responsible for piloting the ship the entire time. That navigator is actually a sky captain in his own right now, and an adventurous one. As it happens, he and his crew passed through here but a few days ago. They were heading to Azteca. Said something about an asteroid. If you tell Pork there's glory to be had, he'll join your cause, no matter how... Oh, and if you happen to run into our dear friend Old Cobb, do send him this way. Tell him he'll never have to pay at the Rada Tiki.
You there, got a second? Please, it's an emergency, life or death. So, are you a powerful wizard, or do you just dress like one? You are? Great. Whatever powerful wizard stuff you're up to is gonna have to wait. My captain needs your help. Follow me. Here's where the frenzied she-beasts captured him. I'm no good in a fight, but I'll do what I can. We just gotta hurry.
My trusted companion. I knew you'd bring help. Get me out of here before these morosely magnificent priestesses sacrifice me. The one with the soulful eyes and the flawless, scaly skin has the key to the cage. Careful, she bites.
Only the worthy may enter the shrine to the crying sky. Such unrest only further angers the crying sky. Here's the key to the cage. Just promise you'll take the big man far away.
Oh, don't pretend you won't miss me. Beans! You heard the lovely lady. Let me out of this cage. We've got places to go.
Darn it, James, I'm a doctor, not a locksmith. Wizard, would you be so kind as to use the priestess's key to let Captain Pork out of his pen?
Freedom at last! I warned you, captivating captors, that my crew would come for me. There will be no sacrifice this day.
What? We never planned to sacrifice you. We locked you up to keep you out of our personal space while we prayed.
And that only caused you more grief, didn't it? Beans, new wizard friend. Let's leave these gals to their... I can't thank you enough, Wizard. Your timing is impeccable. The name is James T. Pork. Captain, I assume you're already acquainted with my chief medical officer here. I don't know where Beans found you, but I'm glad he did. Thank you both.
It was more like the wizard found me. They just dropped everything and ran headlong into battle without flinching.
Impressive. I could use someone like that on my crew. Interested, Wizard? Great. First things first, we should... But don't worry. A new mission will find its way to... Empyrea, you say? To save the spiral? No. My precious Endeavor, though a strong ship, will never survive the stormy Empyrean either. The Arcanum as a ship. That's different. We're in. Beans and I will secure provisions and meet...
Hey, understudy! You're finally back!
But where's Coleridge? That no-good, cowardly rat! This makes me unhappy. Extremely...
Oh, the wizard found you an experienced sky captain, ma'am. Captain James T. Pork, reporting for duty. The doorman, Fitzhume, showed me...
Nice to meet you. So, you've sailed the stormy Empyrean sky.
Actually, he has. And rather deftly, too.
My reputation precedes me. You're Nimbari, no? I loved my short time on Numea. Wizard introduced me to your enchanting friends.
We have met, Pork. My brother and I were aboard Coleridge's ship that you navigated out of Empyrea.
Blue girl? All grown up, and what about little blue boy? Have the years here in the Arcanum treated him as well as they have you?
Yes. Spark's maturation has made me proud, as he will be the mission understudy. While the crew prepares for takeoff, Velma von Vinkman has requested a word with you in her office before you leave.
Well, if it isn't my favorite partner in Shadow. I know, I should have reached out, but I've been busy chasing shadows. Literally. From what I heard, you've been chasing shadows of your own. You've got quite the grandfather spider situation on your hands, don't you? You'll need to be prepared for whatever spider throws at you next. That's why I've created a cool new... Just collect the essence from the Shadow Trickster that I've corralled in the Shadow Training Room. Oh, this probably goes without saying, but don't trust anything the Trickster says. Just get the Trickster essence and get out. Good luck!
Venkman said you were clever, so I'll be straight with you. I could have escaped this rinky-dink study hall at any time, but I wanted to meet you. Grandfather Spider will reward me handsomely for bringing you in. He might even let me keep your head as a trophy. Let's play. Do what you will with my essence. Grandfather Spider will release me when he destroys you. You and this disgusting spiral.
You've got that smug, I just wiped the floor with a shadow trickster look, so I'm guessing your little jaunt was a success. Alright, you got the essence. Now here's the trick with the trickster. Cast this little spell, you take on his form. I hope that spell serves you well in Empyrea, wizard. I'm glad I was able to teach it to you before you left. The other scholars might not trust me enough to include me in their little committee, but I could— well, I guess I should get back to work. And you should get going to Empyrea. Oh, and feel free to tell Ione and the others how helpful I was.
At last, I was becoming anxious. The Ark is fully updated, loaded, and prepped for takeoff.
As is the crew. The course is set and we're ready to take our positions.
Excellent. Oh, there's just one more thing. Ignis...
Right. I fashioned a special outfit for you, understudy. It should provide at least a wee bit of protection against the Empyrean storms. I made you one too, Spark. Sorry, Pork and Beans. I only had time for these badges. But hey, at least...
Thank you, Ignis. Your gift means a great deal to me. I will say a figurative hello to Empyrea for you. And for you, sister.
Just see to it that the mission succeeds, brother, and try not to die. That would make me sad.
At least we'll look the part. Crew, to your positions. Wizard will lead...
The time has come, understudy. Are you quite ready? Good. Remember, aboard the... From there you must locate my contact.
Take care, understudy.
Safe journeys. Oh, and watch out for sky squids.
Just go.
Are we ready? All right, crew, it's go time. Wizard, would you do the honors of initiating the takeoff sequence on the systems console?
We are all systems go, Captain. Ready for takeoff.
Excellent, Mr. Spark. Initiate the photon propellers.
Photon propellers initiated, Captain. We have liftoff, sir.
Take us out, Mr. Spark.
We are clear. All systems nominal, Captain. Shall I spool the stream drive for warp speed?
Absolutely. And point us toward Empyrea while you're at it.
Already done, sir. The stream drive is spooled. Entering warp speed now.
Take her in, Spark. Headlong into the storm. Listen to this kitten purr. You've built quite an impressive sky ship, Mr. Spark. Quite impressive indeed.
Thank you, sir. We are approaching the Empyrean Stormgate in 3, 2, 1. We have breached Empyrean airspace, reducing stream drive to normal speed.
Whoa! The Empyrean ether. Just as mean and nasty as I remember. Brace for impact!
We have sustained catastrophic damage. The shields are failing. There must be something wrong with the Lux capacitor.
We're losing altitude. Pull up, man. Pull up. Pull up!
Should be fine. Glad you could join us, Wizard. Just take it slow. You've been out in the cold for a while now. How do you feel? Can you walk? That's it. Nice and easy. I ran a full diagnostic on you while you were snoozing. The good news is you're gonna be fine. The bad news is you're in Empyrea. The ship took a knockout punch to the chin. It's bad, real bad. The jewel inside that cyclo thingy. The captain's gone outside to look around, and I haven't heard much from Spark. I assume he's okay. Hard to tell if he's concussed or just weird. I've got to salvage my medical supplies. Can you run down to the hold and see if Spark's all right? He'll want to know about the cyclo what's-it.
In answer to your query, I am uninjured. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same of the Ark. The crash was certainly unexpected. The ether storms have intensified since my sister and I were smuggled out of Empyrea. I can only speculate that the conflict between The crash damaged the hull beyond repair. The ship will never fly again. We may, however, still be able to use our escape pods to reach Xanadu. I require a working cyclolab and lux capacitor to modify a pod. We cannot leave this island until the storm jewel in the cyclolab is replaced. Captain Pork is outside. You can help him search for a new one.
Well, we made it to Empyrea, but can we make it to Xanadu? The good news is, I know where we are. This is Ariel. We landed here on my last trip with Captain Coolidge. The bad news, it's not a very hospitable place. The jungles inland are very dangerous. You tell me we need to repair the cyclolab. But first things first, let's see if the world door we brought made it through the crash. The world door's working perfectly. We can get back to the rest of the spiral. But that doesn't get us any closer to Xanadu. The ether storms wreck ships here all the time. Their windstones might serve as a replacement storm. Ah, that wall wasn't there when The castaways may be able to give us a windstone for the cyclolab. Let's go check out this village and see.
I'm glad to see your shipwreck had survivors. Welcome, strangers, to nowhere. This is your home now.
Thanks for the welcome. But we will be leaving as soon as our ship is repaired.
Once we all felt as you do, but no one can leave the Isle of Ariel. Speak to Prospero, our elder. He will explain.
Welcome, newcomers, to your new home. You need windstones? They are gone. We have recovered all of the windstones from the shipwrecks and given them to the Master.
This Master, is he the reason you can't leave? Is he keeping you prisoners here?
Of course not. The Master is our protector and provider. He keeps the beastmen away. From his tower in the jungle, he sees all. He saw your ship crash and will no doubt come to greet you. Ah, here he is now.
Kubla! Is that you?
My name is Khan. Pork, I see you still remember me. I cannot help but be touched. Wizard, if you have come here with this cowardly oaf, you are doomed. He will give you nothing but pain and betrayal.
Khan, listen to me. I thought you were dead. I never would have left you.
Don't insult my intelligence. Why are you here?
We're on a critical mission to save the spiral, but our ship crashed here on the way to Xanadu, and...
Xanadu? Don't taunt me! Driven by dire need, I left my throne and beloved city, trusting you and your hapless captain to bring me to the Arcanum. Instead, you marooned me here. And now, years later, with who knows what horrors unleashed upon my beloved home, now you sail back to Xanadu?
It's true. Khan, we'll take you with us. We'll take you home. All we need is a storm jewel. We can escape this place.
A storm jewel? I had one once, years ago, when I tried to build my own ship to escape this wretched place. The Beastmen stole it from me. Caliban, chief of the Beastmen, he has it now. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to my tower. I must prepare, you see, to take my sweet revenge.
Khan, wait! Khan! My past is catching up with me. Khan was aboard Coolidge's ship years ago. We were taking him from Xanadu to the Arcanum, but the storms ravaged our ship. We stopped here for repairs. Khan and I went into the jungle for supplies, when suddenly we were attacked. In the melee, Khan fell into a rocky crevasse. I was sure he was dead. I somehow evaded the beastly attackers and retreated to the ship. Those beastly creatures, they must be these beastmen Khan was talking about. They have the storm jewel we need. How can we get it from them?
You cannot. The Beastmen were here before us, before Khan, even before Caliban, their leader, rules them with an iron hand. But there is one among them who might help you.
Caliban's magic stone. That must be our... Go find this crusher. I'll stay here and see if the villagers can help us in other ways.
Good luck, wizard.